Hello, everyone. I am back. I am back. Hello again, Stephen. Is there any echo or anything now? Because I do not hear the echo. Hello, Alex. Welcome, Alex. Okay, sound is clear, no echo. Thank you, Stephen. Because I also don't hear the echo. So I'm I don't hear the echo. So uh, yes, so I was telling you. So my sister, uh, my son-in-law had a gun. He has a couple of guns because he goes hunting and all that. But my hello, Pita, good to have you back. Nothing was wrong with your internet. The problem was at my end with the echo, and I just restart, and now the echo is gone. So that's good. So just sending the new link to my sister in case she. Okay. So, right. Then, so my son-in-law had one, but now my daughter is getting one. But it is as I was saying earlier, it is basically just to scare animals that trespass onto their property and things like that. So I said, okay, Saliram, how are you, Saliram? Nice, nice, nice to see you on my live stream. I'm very happy. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, and I have subscribed to your channel as well. You are a gamer, and I admire the people who are gamers because you are creating stuff, absolutely from scratch, like you are creating stuff. I think it was your online. It was your online on it was your Scrabble that you were playing. Was it? Were you or somebody else? I forget. Uh, Today there were a couple of new people, so I was just responding to them. But I know you have subscribed to me and I subscribed to you back again. Yes, gamer. Yes, so it was that, right? There was a video, Saliram. There was a video that came up on your live on your channel, and it was the first video. And I clicked on it, but it had a very beautiful song. Beautiful song was playing or music was playing, But when I tried to comment on it, it couldn't and it was saying like about 3 years ago. So I have made you a moderator on my channel. If you want, you can share your link here. If you want, you can share your link over here. I know you have a lot of subs. You have a lot of subs, right? If I'm not mistaken, because I've been very busy this morning, but I spare, a little time. If I see something new, somebody has subscribed to me, then I go back, I check, a little bit. Later on, I will visit your channel and see much more. But so in a hurry, I think this is what I just remember a little bit, like. And like you have only very few videos kind of, but you got so many subscriptions and what and views and all. Because there is a I have another gamer also. I have another gamer. That gamer has not subscribed back, but I have subscribed to that gamer's channel. And very nice. I see some I sometimes I don't understand because I am not into gaming, so I don't quite understand, but I enjoy the creation. Because my granddaughter, she is into animation. She's still young, but she is into animation. And so, she sends me a little bit of what she creates. And it's so wonderful to look, when you're creating from scratch, it's marvelous. It's marvelous. I used to play some things like, what was that? Mario. Mario. I remember the Mario app. I used to play that a lot. You jump over the wall and jump over here and there, and Mario. Yes, I used to play Mario. But today it is all high funda stuff. Today it is high funda stuff. Oh my God. So Saliram, is that your real name, Saliram, or is your name, or what is your name, like your real name? If you want to share it, if you want to share it. And you can drop your link, Saliram. You can drop your link over here on my live stream. So, and Saliram, can you just comment on where you are from? Where are you from? So, just to introduce you to the others who are here on my channel, there is Stephen Bennett. Stephen Bennett is from Ohio in the US. And I've got Pita. Pita is Filipino from Iligan City. And Philippine Adventure is Alex. She is from Manila. So if you can just drop like what if you have another name or a nickname or something that you like to be addressed by, so just drop your name and your uh, where you are from, and you can also share your channel link over here. Nice to have you, and you are a moderator, so you can interact with the others as well. Oh my God, it's so what a relief it is not hearing that echo. I was hearing the echo for about 4 or 5 times. Winston, 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 Winston. Like it was just carrying on. And if I speak again while that is going on, then the echo is like mass confusion of sounds. Before there was like one echo, and that is okay, one echo is okay. Oh, yes, Pita, you said you are uh, helping with the hall. Ah, you did have an internet problem because you were on the higher floor. Yes, correct, correct. Right. When you're on the first floor or something, it works well. Oh, I still can't get over how wonderful it is without the echo. So yes, let's get back to safety. What are some of the safety precautions we can take? Now, for example, like where you're staying, where you're traveling, any kind of safety precautions you need to take, so, for example, if you're traveling, you have to keep through all the safety regulations. You're going on board the aircraft or at the airport, you have to follow protocol. You have to, like I said in the other live stream of mine, you got to respect people, stay in the line, go in an orderly manner, don't push and shove. So, otherwise then it can lead to a heated argument and then a fist fight and God knows where, and then both the parties will be in trouble, right? And if you're doing it in a transit airport and you're doing it in another country, you're definitely going to be liable for a lot of problems. So I think, staying safe, following rules and regulations and things like that, not taking unnecessary risks, not taking unnecessary risks. Like there may be some areas we think like, okay, everything is very safe, I've been living here for years and things like that. But we always need to be a little alert, we need to be a little alert. Also, avoid going if you're in a new area, new place, a new country, avoid going out late at night, avoid like lonely roads and things like that. So I saw a vlogger. Like many of the vloggers now, I had subscribed to their notification, but I don't keep getting it very often. And sometimes I just watch their videos without subscribing, or I subscribe but I don't worry about notifications. But I remember this vlogger, and they are talking like many people talk about Mexico. You have to be careful in some of the cities in Mexico. You have to take precautions and things like that. And yet others say like they have been living in that city for a long time, and they don't, as a foreigner there, they have no problems and things like that. In some places in South America, I've seen some videos, some places in South America, and I'm just trying to think which city it is. Uh, was it Brazil? Was it Brazil? Or Valenzuela? Or, something, some of those, this. There also, there was a lot of hype about a particular area, to avoid. But there was a foreigner who has been living in that area for many years, and he says, he can go out without a problem, even at night. But I guess he's staying there for many years, so people know him, they respect him, and therefore there wouldn't be any kind of problems there for him. So, but if a new person is passing through that territory, then especially with these kind of gang wars, they are always on the lookout. A new person in their territory means that new person can be a spy or belonging to another gang and things like that. So naturally, they would be, their first reaction is to be hostile to a newcomer in the area, right? So yes, I think like we need to take some safety precautions, like from that point of view, um, somebody, you can make out somebody is ready to start with an argument, then try to avoid the argument as far as possible, try to avoid the argument as far as possible, and try to walk away. You don't lose face. I always say that you don't lose face by walking away, no matter what they want to call you. But sometimes it's safety, because maybe you can take on the guy or you can take on the person, but later on you do not know, they'll go and come back with another gang, follow you to your home where you are staying and then create problems like over there. So it is that also becomes a problem, right? So That's why, like, I always believe, like, just walk away. Walk away. That's better. Just to walk away is so much better. Like, it remind me of a famous song, uh, "Coward of the County." I think Kenny Rogers sings that, "Coward of the County." So in that song, it speaks, how the father always tells him, if somebody slaps you, turn the other way around, go away, never retaliate, and things like that. But then there came a time when the son's girlfriend or something, had an unfortunate run-in, and then, like, how he took revenge on all those people, entered the bar, I think, and closed the door behind him. And they all thought he's the coward, and he settled all of them. And then he tells his father, "Father, I'm so sorry. I had to go against your wishes, but sometimes you have to stand to be a man, right?" So, um, a very nice song. I love that song. Nice words, nice words for that song. So, yeah, so sometimes, well, you have to stand up, right? Sometimes you have to stand up. You always cannot be taking it sitting down. So sometimes you would have to stand up, but you have to see that you are capable of what you want to do, like, and then also, you do anything against the law, then that is also another problem. Always better to stay safe. So even myself, when I visit other countries, like, I'm always be careful, follow rules, follow regulations. Now 4.5 years I'm over here in Thailand, no problem with the law, everything going smoothly for me, like. So that's important, like. So just a shout out to everyone here. Please remember Martha and Stephen Bennett in your prayers. Remember Rusty, uh, Myrna, and Nair. Okay, just remember them in your prayers. I think I've forgotten someone. So Martha and Stephen Bennett, Rusty, Myrna, and Nair. Just remember them in your prayers. So, anyone else? Any comments on today's theme? Like, stay safe. How? What do you consider? Something unsafe? Like you might be living, you might be living somewhere near a canal, or you might be living somewhere near a stream or a river and things like that. So when it rains, you might take some extra precautions. Maybe you've already built some kind of an embankment or something, to keep the water level out. Or people put, like, those sandbags. They put sandbags and things like that. I remember I was talking about the Netherlands, Holland, and I remember in school, I learned, we were learning about Holland, like, and the tulips and all, and the windmills, the windmills. And then they had a lot of dikes, dykes, dikes, because of floods. They had a lot of dikes and all, that they used to build to prevent the flood waters from entering the land. So I've seen gunny sacks and these kind of things, sand gunny sacks, and things like this being used, to, like, yeah, no problem. Better late than never. But you were on my other stream, and you have come here now, so that is good. So loud shout out to Ia, and Ia also is from Philippines, Camiguin Islands. How did I get that right? Did I remember? The pronunciation must be wrong. Camiguin or something like that. Camiguin, something like that, in Mindanao. So she's from the Camiguin Islands, and she says it's a very nice place. Yes, that is another safety precaution, Stephen. Yes, during snow time, a lot of ice is put on the sidewalk, is put, and, like, people who have houses, like, you are at least kind of a countryside, but people who are living in houses and things like that, if you have the sidewalk on your side of the house, it is your duty, like in front of your driveway, it is your duty to, make sure that the salt is put on that sidewalk. If somebody falls, you are liable for it, the part of the sidewalk in front of your driveway, because yes, you are liable. When we were first staying in a house in Canada, when we were staying in a house, we were lucky. Our side did not have a sidewalk. The opposite had a sidewalk. So it was their responsibility. We did not have a sidewalk. We just had a driveway coming straight out onto the road. But yes, Stephen, yes, you reminded me about that. I'm so happy to be without the snow now for 4 years. So I like cold, but I do not like the snow, especially going to work in the snow and sometimes driving in the snow. Thank you, Ia. Thank you for the shout out. Yes, I think many. I've got four. It's saying four people on and four likes. So I've had five people on before in the other channel. But yes, thank you, Ia. Thank you. And Ia, Steven has started his own new YouTube channel now. He had a channel but never posted anything, but he started posting from yesterday. Steven, can you drop your link? Steven, can you please drop your link over here? So, Ia, you can just go subscribe to Steven's channel, watch his videos. He finally made the plunge, so that is good. Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's great. Yes, finally, this. And it didn't take him long to decide. Like one day we just spoke about it, and next morning he already had a video. So that's good. So Stephen, do drop your link, Stephen. And Saliram, drop your link as well, Saliram. Do drop your link. Sali Ram is a new subscriber. I just saw him this morning. He's into gaming. Nice videos he has. Nice videos. I saw about two or three. I commented on two, I think. Okay, so there's Steven's. This kindly go to Steven's website, uh, watch his videos, promote his channel, share it with your other viewers. Uh, Click on the like button, subscribe. Saliram, you can also put in your link over here, Saliram. So anyone else wants to comment on any other safety, safety. Stephen, it was a good reminder about the snow because I had forgotten about that. Stephen, I have walked from work because on weekends there is a shortage of transport. So I when I used to get the transport, I finish work around 11 o'clock at night, my shift, and if the guard is on time, then good and well. If he's late, then I have to walk to another place and then pick up another transport from there. And that transport would stop far from my home, and I had to walk all the way home. And I used to wear boots, and believe me or not, like almost up to the thigh, boots up to the thigh. But I still had snow getting into my boots. So bad the snow was. And what they do in Canada there, at least where Mississauga used to live in Ontario, they wait. They do not come and salt it immediately. They wait for a lull in the snow and make sure the snow is not going to fall anymore, and then they come. So this was a main road, main road. The sidewalk is impossible to walk. So I used to walk on the main road and still get snow coming into my boots. Yeah, Stephen is very, very new. Stephen is very, very new. He has never ever taken out any video before. So I just told him start with shorts, start slowly, and then I'm sure now he did a second video all on his own. He did it nicely. It's a wonderful video about the dam. So yes, he will get there. And he's taken another lot of shots. He's taken a lot of shots, he said. So he will upload one shot every day. So yes, Stephen, once you get the hang of that, then you can start making longer videos, start making longer videos. And when you make the longer videos, do it landscape, use landscape mode. Okay. For the shots, use the portrait mode. For longer videos, use the landscape mode. Because in landscape mode, you get a little more also. Some people also do make a portrait mode and they put it on too. I have done for a few, but sometimes I cannot get the whole picture. If I try to convert it into a portrait mode, into a shot, I do not get a full, the full picture of what I want. So um, I put it, even if it's less than 60 minutes, but I put it out as a video, because it will lose the charm of the video. It will lose the charm of the video. So even though, so it doesn't come up as a shot, it just comes up as a video because of the formatting. So yes, Stephen, you can, as Ia said, you can, start putting up longer videos. When you're When you're driving to work, Stephen, when you're driving to work, you can have a video on, like, if you have a stand or something for your phone, you know, you can just shoot, what you're where you're driving, just keep it in front, on your dashboard, like in front, and let it record. So you can test it out, keep it there, let it record, have a look and see how it is looking. And then you can, always, when you're driving to work, you're driving back again, you can always do that. And if you have, a kind of a stand that you can swivel around, if you have that to swivel it, then you can, as you're driving, something interesting is coming up on the left or the right, then you can just turn the camera, like, to the left or to the right, so you can catch, those sceneries and then move it back to the front, like, so yeah, you could do that, Stephen, while driving to work, while returning home, like, you're driving in the morning, you're coming back in the night, so the different scenery it is, so you can get your longer videos for that, like, and you can post, for example, one short video and post one long video also on the same day, you can do that. Post a short video and post a long video also, for on the same day, you can have two posts, So, Stephen, don't forget to send me a message or a voicemail. How do you upload your videos from phone to YouTube? How do you do that? Okay. And Stephen, when you open any website, you can uh, go to settings and right click on that, or on the settings, you can check and see, go to properties, and you can see what kind of windows you have, what kind of windows you have. Since you bought it 2 or 3 years ago, it might be Windows 8 or Windows 7, or could be something like that. Okay, yeah, just a good suggestion. Like, if you look at a kind of a holder where you can move the phone, a little left or right. So if it's in the middle of your dashboard and you move it a little left or right, as you're driving to work, driving back again, or you're going shopping, with the wife or anywhere, you're going shopping somewhere, grocery shopping or something, you can take out that route, video about that route, like, and then you can always end it, and you can then join two videos together, you can, in an editor, you can join two videos together, like, or you can put it as two separate videos. When you're going in a shopping plaza or the mall or something, you can take out videos of that also if you want. uh, but I really don't know. You have Windows 10, you found out. Good. So Windows 10 has, if you go into Windows 10, if you go into that and click on Clip Champ, Clip Champ, okay? I sent it last time also. Click on Clip, or Clip Champ, sorry. Thank you, Apo. Thank you, Apo Nia. Thank you so much. I really appreciate, I really appreciate all the support you give my live stream, my other channel. Thank you so much, Apo. So, play around, Steven, with clipchamp. So go, just ask clipchamp, then download clipchamp. Go for the free version, no need of going for the paid one. Go for the free version. And when you go for for that, when you open your clipchamp, when you open it, right at the top somewhere, okay, later on I can send you screenshots. Right at the top somewhere you will find it says, uh, what does it say in clipchamp? It says, upload file or something like that, it says. Okay, so when you go to clipchamp, you have to click on create a video, import media. It says create a video, and then it says import media. Okay, so when you go into clipchamp, you when you go into clipchamp, it will say create a video. So you create a video, click on that, and then you will find an option at the top saying, uh, it will be saying import media. So when you click on import media, then it will ask you where is it, where is it. So if you have saved it, if you have saved it somewhere, if you, let's say you save it to your laptop or something like that, then if the thing is small, you can email it to you and open the email on your laptop, and then you can save that video through your email on your laptop. You can save that video. It'll go into your pictures or something. So when you go to Clipchamp and say, about upload media, like, then you go to the pictures and you download that video into Clipchamp, and then if you put your cursor on that, on the left hand side, it'll download the video, and you put your cursor over there. There are two things that come up. One will be a plus sign, and one will be a bin. So bin means to delete. It will tell you delete. And the other one, which is a plus sign, will say add. Then you click on that, and it will be added. It will be added to, where you will do your video editing. So play around with that for some time. Play around with that for some time, and till I introduce you to new features over there. So supposing you have two videos and you want to join them together, so you can import media. You can get two files over there, and then you click on the first one which you want first and which you want second. So click on that, add. So the first video will be added, and then you click on the second video, add, and the second video will be added. And then when you finish your editing and you finish and you save it, it will be like one video. Both the videos will be joined together, and it will be like one video. Then if you see between the video there's a small gap, if you go there, then it will come like as a little cross or something will come up there, and you can click on it, and it will save, something to join both the videos. It will save like, and there are options for you to choose which one you want. So lots of interesting features. It's very, and since you have interest now, you'll be very interested to experiment and learn more and more about that. So I use Clipchamp, and for me it's good enough. It's good enough. uh, the other thing, Stephen, we would have to work on is your banner. Working on your banner, working on defaults, working on that. uh, let's see, when I have time, I will try to put up my first video on the new channel. I'll try to put up my first video, and yes, I'll try to put up my first video, and then I will, um, send you the link. So I'll try to put up, more and more as quick as possible, like, but I want to just do one video at a time. So in the meantime, I will help you out. Anything you want to know specifically, let me know. But I think, you have been doing your own set of research as well. You've been doing it, like you already knew how to transfer from the phone to YouTube. I just want to know what medium you are using, so it'll help me to understand better how to guide you. Thank you, Apo. Thank you, Apo, so much. Just for little information, I have created a new channel. So if you can, mm, okay, okay. Now I understood where the echo was coming from and where the sound was coming from. Okay, now I got it. Right, now I have got it. I thought as much, but I tried to rectify it, but I couldn't. I couldn't. So now I understand where that is coming from. Correct. So, yes, now I understood the problem, where that echo was coming from. So, can you hear me clearly now? Is everything okay with the sound? Is everything okay now with the sound? Yes, sounded okay. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. Uh, I know now what was the problem. I thought it was the problem. I tried to, go in, but I could have continued, instead of starting the new one. See, that is the problem also, you panic a little bit and, but I only discover, it struck me afterwards, like, that's why it's very important in uh, not to go into panic mode and to just try and understand, try and reason out what could be the problem. And it was such a simple thing, like, I went looking at microphone settings and, those kind of things, but it struck me only later on what was the problem. Like just now, it struck me because I did something and that sound started again. So then I said, oh, now I know where the problem is. Now I know where the problem is. So I've been able to rectify that problem. So, right, anyone else wants to, Apo, Ia, do you want to comment on today's theme? Like, what do you consider to be safe? How would you, how do you keep yourself safe? uh, is it very safe in your environment where you are living? Are there any places where it's not safe to visit, not safe to go? uh, you know uh, Being on an island, if it's not a very big island, so like what kind of safety precautions do you have to take, on the island? And so many things. Like I see many islands in Philippines, and they are so tiny, so tiny. I sometimes wonder, are there people living on it or not? Like, and I try to, expand the map, and try to go in deeper and look and see, is it big? Can it, are people living over there? And I know there are some smaller islands, but when there is high tide, the islands are covered up with water. So of course, obviously, nobody is living there. But some islands get covered up with water, like at high tide, and then when the tide goes down, the island is visible. So you know, disappearing islands, right? Yes, Alex, thank you for returning over here. Apo, I mean, any kind of safety, like travel also safety, or around your city safety, safety precautions, like how you stay safe. Like let's say when you're driving, you would stay safe by keeping a distance. You will maintain a proper distance. You will go slow in crowded streets, like you will look out for pedestrians who are jaywalking, crossing the road where you're not supposed to walk. Talking about that, let me give you what happened to me. I wanted to go and see a place in Minglanilia, in Cebu. Minglanilia, in Cebu. I wanted to go there. So I had to take a jeepney to some mall. I forget the name now. And then from that mall, I had to take another jeepney and go to Elizabeth Mall. And they said next to Elizabeth Mall is the South Common Bus Terminal, to go to the south of Cebu. So South Common Bus Terminal is next to that mall. So I got the second jeepney, and then the jeepney stopped somewhere, and he told me, I said, "Oh, is that the mall?" And he said, "Yes." So I got off. I got off and I looked opposite the road. Oh, yes, that is Elizabeth Mall. Very good. So I started crossing the road. As I came to the other side of the road, I heard shouting going on. Excuse me, sir, excuse me. And then I turned behind and I saw these two guys were running behind me. And then they came up to me and said, "Sorry, sir, you were jaywalking. You're not supposed to cross here. You have to pay a fine." I said, "What?" I said, "You saw me walking. You let me start walking across the road, and then you chase me to collect a fine. Couldn't you tell me, like, sorry, sir, you have to cross at a pedestrian crossing. You're not allowed to cross over here. You should have told me that. But no, you'll want me to cross and then come and take a fine." Okay, it's all right, no problem. They gave me a receipt, 50 peso fine. 50 peso, not much, it's okay, but 50 peso, fine. So after that, I'm always careful in Philippines, like where to cross the road, like, if I see other people crossing, I will cross with them, like, but otherwise I will not. I will see where there is a pedestrian crossing, and then I will cross only at the pedestrian crossing. And usually they are where the lights are, a light. So I would do that. But I got into trouble with the law. Yeah, when talking about the law, I forgot about this incident. I got into trouble with the law. Filipino Cebu law, jaywalking. If you cross the street from an unrecognized crossing, it is called jaywalking, and you can be fined for it. So, so yes, safety. Be careful. Be careful. Of the laws, rules. So, stay safe. Don't get a fine. And pay money. So that's what you need to do. So so that's what I mean, Apo. Apo. Like, how do you stay safe? Now, I learned a lesson. After that, I never crossed. Unless, as I said, when people are crossing, then I will cross with them. Okay, Steven says, I feel very safe in the countryside, but get anxious in big towns and cities. I hear too many news stories about violence in cities. Very true, very true. Lots of problems in big cities and things like that. And yes, I guess the countryside is safe living and, things like that. But just for a little bit of knowledge, Stephen, let us say by chance you had some kind of an emergency and you wanted to reach out to your neighbors. I'm just saying, supposing, and you wanted to reach out to your neighbors. Are they within calling distance, or like, are they friendly enough? Like, do you have their contact number so you can give them a call anytime? So what is the situation like that around? Because in some places I have seen, like, especially where they have their farms and things like that, I've seen people living, and for miles around there is not another civilization, not another human being around, you know so sometimes I used to wonder, as I'm driving by in the countryside, I used to wonder, how do these people manage in case of an emergency, like, and they want to contact somebody, like, we were going, my wife and I, we were going to visit a person who used to work in our office, and she lives, like, far off in the countryside like this, and she's got lots of land and all behind her home. She grows different fruits and, veg and those kind of things. So uh, and her husband is into construction, so like he built, a nice shed behind, and lots of things he has built around, on that land. So when we were going, I saw this kind of a situation. But where she is living, there are houses nearby. There are houses nearby, so that was good. And because once she had mentioned, like, she said, like, I think the son had slipped and fallen, and he kind of fractured his leg, and the husband wasn't at home. And so, like, how she just called a neighbor immediately, just to come, and because she panicked, so she just called a neighbor immediately. The neighbor came and all, then they called the paramedics, because they're living far. Paramedics also take time to reach there, like, so then they called the paramedics and all that. But the neighbor came across and was able to, be of some help to her and things like that. So it's some kind of a comfort, like. So I just wonder, in these places where, your neighbor is miles and miles away, like, what do you do? And what is your reception like, for Wi-Fi and internet and, calls and, using data and things like that, Stephen? Is it good? Is the reception good? Like in Philippines, the Wi-Fi reception sucks. It's really so bad. And as you go into the provinces and you go sometime into the higher mountain regions, and sometimes, it's very bad reception you get over there. So I think they have to use some kind of a booster and things like that, like, which all means paying more money. So Uh, yeah. So what is the situation like? What is the situation like? That way. Oh, very good. Steven says previously when he was growing up, like the neighbor was like a mile away, but now he has a brother living 200 yards from him. So that's very good. And about 200 yards on the other side, neighbors I am friendly with. Yes, it's nice to have good neighbors, it's nice to have. And nice you have a relative, you have your own brother living at the side. So, in time of need, you have family and friends close by. That is very good. So, Apo, you are going to tell me about being safe, something about being safe. And Alex, can you tell me, you do a lot of traveling also. So, what is your thought on about being safe? What can you comment about safety and being safe? New neighbors built a house across the road from me, but I haven't really met them yet. Okay, so Steven, if you have like this new neighbor in the area, like what is the reaction like? Like for example, I don't know how long they have been over there, but like is it like a norm that you uh, go up to wherever their house is, like or the wicket gate, or whatever it is, and just call out to them and sort of welcome them and all, because I know in the west, like you have to take even appointments to see your family members. It kind of it happens even that way, like even family members you have to take appointments to go, like so forget about friends, and friends also, very few friends will be okay with you dropping by at any time, but otherwise friends also, you have to inform them in advance, that okay, it's not like you go somewhere and you are passing by and then you say, oh, I have a friend here, let me just drop in and see how he's getting along. In the west, like I know, like they don't, you cannot do those kind of things, like you cannot do those kind of things. They are very strict on that policy, like that. Like even in Canada we got a it was a bit of a culture shock, when we first went there, in the sense that Christmas time, we wish everybody happy Christmas, right? Merry Christmas, happy Christmas. But no, it is taboo. It is taboo to wish Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas, because many might not be celebrating, many might not be religious, many might not, be Christians, So it's like in whole of Canada, like wherever you go, you always see, even on the buses, the transport system, they have Happy Holidays. Nobody says Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas or nothing. It's all Happy Holidays. And I felt that so strange, You're celebrating the festival, you're celebrating Christmas, and yet you keep referring to everything as Happy Holidays. And even on the bus, Happy Holidays, So that is one thing that got me very surprising, like very surprising. It was very surprising. So you have to be so careful. Another thing you cannot do is you cannot say God bless you. You cannot say God bless you. You cannot use the term God. You have to just say bless you, not God bless you, That's why sometimes on my sometime on my live stream when I'm writing a thank you at the end. Then when I'm writing a thank you, I try to use bless you only. But when I'm speaking and thanking anyone, I say God bless at the end. I say God bless. It's okay. But in Canada, we have to be so careful. I don't know about the US, but in Canada, we have to be so careful. Cannot say Merry Christmas, cannot say Happy Christmas, cannot say anything like that. And you have to say Happy Holidays. And you cannot say God bless you. You have to say bless you only, not God. So I don't know how it is in the US, I don't know. Okay, sometimes people stop by unannounced. Okay, Stephen. So they may be, but will new people stop by unannounced? Will new people stop by unannounced? For example, you have got new neighbors, but you haven't approached them as yet, right? And you, I think, are a very friendly person. So, but you haven't approached them because, like, I know I also would hesitate, like, but uh, perhaps I would wait for an opportunity to see when I see them coming or going out, and if they are driving out, like, then maybe I would just wave out to them, like, something like that. I don't know, that's what I think I would do. I would just wave out to them, like, so then they know I'm friendly enough that I'm just wishing them well. And if they are also equally friendly, then perhaps next time when they are passing by, they see you, they may come out, like, to have a chin wag with you, or get to exchange greetings to each other and things like that. So, like, the fact that you have not yet visited them as yet, so, like, is it because of the norm, like the norm is there, like in Canada it's the norm, you don't really drop in unannounced unless you know the person. So what happens if there's a new neighbor, like, in the area, like when we moved into that area for the house. When we moved into that, first we were renting a basement apartment, and then when we moved into our house, we did not have anybody coming up to us, to welcome us or anything. No, we did not have anybody doing that. It's just that later on, like, people came out of their homes, we met them, we would smile at them, we would wave out to them, and then soon we got talking, and then we exchanged names and all. So, like, it was like a row house, okay, a townhouse, and we had like a end unit. So we were lucky. It was almost like a semi-detached, for us, because it had a it had a nice little land area, being the corner house. And at the side of us, sharing the same driveway, okay, sharing the same driveway at the corner, at the side of us on the left, was they were some European countries. They spoke some other language, like, some European countries. Now it's so funny. His driveway and my driveway are like together. The only thing that's separating the driveway, like, the only thing is, like, his garage and my garage has a kind of a division, right? So maybe about 6 inches. I wouldn't even say 12 inches. Maybe about 6 inches. 6 inches is separating, like, that walling. 6 inches of that walling or something is just separating ours. So when I used to do the snow, when I used to plow the snow with my hand, okay, we never had snow plow and all. When I used to remove the snow, I used to remove that part, but the center one, I used to remove from there, but not go into his area because he might be angry, right? He never ever said. We stayed there for so long, like, never ever greeted us. We so much I smiled, and all that. Never such a stoic face, like, so, but the person that was, at the side of him, that person, like, if we saw each other coming out, oh, hi, how are you? Good morning, all that we would exchange, and then we got to know each other a little more, exchange names, and those kind of things. So, yes, in Canada where we were, nobody came to greet us, nobody came to say hello to us or something. It's just that we got to see some people coming out of their homes, and we hobnobbed with them, and that's how, like, we just had a nodding acquaintance with them. Like, we never had any real great friend out there, like, visiting homes and they visit our home. No, we never had that. But nodding acquaintance was good enough, at least, like, but not like our immediate neighbor. Never, never. And when he would do the snowing, he will literally, that 6 inches of brick wall, he will literally do half of it. That also, he will literally do half of it. I said, okay, if that is how you want it, fine. And I also started doing only half of the brick wall. Okay, you want it that way. you know when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So you that is how you want it, so okay, so be it. So that was very strange. Steven says, oh, your lunch break is over. Arrived from lunch, Pita says, arrived from lunch. 11, 12. Okay, you had an early lunch, or is 12 o'clock your lunch break? Because now it's about 12:17 for you, Pita, right? 12:17. So it would be your lunchtime now. Maybe you had an early lunch because you're decorating and setting up the hall. So Steven says, I don't know why God bless would offend anyone, even if they don't believe. Yes, Stephen, even I cannot understand that, Stephen. I cannot understand that. Why, if you don't believe in God or something, okay, fine. But this is in Canada. I found this, very strange. Like, even in the company, like, you sneeze or something, they will just say, bless you. Now, yes, sometimes we just say bless you as a short way. But no, it was with them. You say God bless. No, no, no. Just say bless you. What? Yes, just say bless you. Yes, Stephen, I understand you didn't have a chance because, like, you are working 12-hour shifts. Then, you're at home, then you have other things to do. But I guess if you are ever going out or going somewhere and you see somebody, I'm sure you would wave out to them, or if they were within distance, you would, like, greet them the part of the day or something. I'm sure you would do that. So, yes, I understand that. Oh, you waved out to them. Ah, see, you have waved out to them, but they have not waved back. Correct. So they snobbish, I guess snobbish. So there are people like that. There are people like that. That's why I said, like, I also, if I see somebody, I would wave out to them, and if they don't wave out back again, like my neighbor in the townhouse where we were, the neighbor, we are just at the side of each other, and I'm saying good morning to you, and you cannot even have the decent etiquette and courtesy to just say good morning back again. You just ignore as though I don't exist over there, like, to that extent. Wow. So yes, I know, I've had that kind of a neighbor. When we lived in the condo, of course, when because of my wife, we had to move to a condo. So when we moved to the condo, of course, nobody comes to greet you, nobody comes to do that. But like many times, I used to keep my wife down in the reception area, and then people would come and seeing her in the wheelchair, they would come and talk to her. And then if I came down, then to be with her, then she would say, like, oh, this one is so and so, living in so and so number, like, and that way, like, we got in touch. And fortunately, the condo we went to stay in, we had a very good friend, like, she and my wife work for Emirates, but my wife worked like with the crew. She was working for the crew, keeping a record and everything of that. And this other lady worked for Cargo, Emirates Cargo. So her office was separate, but we were living in the same building, like, so when they went, they were staying in this condo, like, and gave us the address, condo. So when they took us to do our to get our PR card and all, like, so they took us to do that. And we gave their address. So when the PR card came, it came to them, like, and then they couriered it to us and all. So they were very good friends, good contacts, like. So when we had gone there and we stayed in the basement apartment in another friend of theirs, because they are all born again. So she got us accommodation in another person born again. So they used to come by, take us out. They took us to downtown Toronto. But No, downtown Toronto, we didn't drive, but other places, wherever it was, like to go to the, Service Ontario to do our PR and all, they took us, they came by their car, they took us, they had a four-wheel drive. So they took us, to do that. So that was good, So, yes, Stephen, that's very bad. You waved out to them, you've shown that you are friendly, and they don't even wave back, means they are not friendly. So, yeah, even I wouldn't even go across to try and meet them. Why? Why? That's like instigating them, So, yeah, I would avoid them. I would avoid them like the plague, as they say. And what about Christmas? Does in the US or around where you live, or say in the city also, do they wish Merry Christmas or something like that, or is it Happy Holidays in the US also? That also, I don't see any harm. Why you wish somebody Merry Christmas? Everybody is celebrating. The whole office is decorated. The whole office is decorated. The whole city is decorated. The malls are decorated. So why do you not wish somebody a Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas or whatever? Why? Why not? No, Happy Holidays. So like before Christmas, like you would get 25th off and you'll get 26th off, and if it happens to be a Saturday or Sunday, then you get one extra day off, on Monday. So in lieu of the holiday, so you get an extra day off, and everybody will be saying, "Okay, happy holiday, happy holiday, happy holiday, my foot." Somebody is going for a vacation, going taking a trip somewhere, then you can say, okay, happy holidays, enjoy your vacation. Steven says the lady from across the road did come over once because UPS dropped a package off at our house, and she thought it might be one she was expecting, dropped at the wrong house. Ha ha ha. Talk to her. Oh, so time servers. This is what I call them, time servers. In time of need, then they will communicate with you. Otherwise, they will walk through you like you don't exist or you're invisible. So, when I was growing up, I was a very, very shy person, Stephen. Very, very shy. You're talking about you being shy on camera. I was very, very shy person. If my sister's friends came over to our house, I would go off into the bedroom and sit there quietly till the friend left. And of course, my sister would bring girls, So I would be very, very conscious about that. Uh, Okay, you wish everyone Merry Christmas. So that's good. But no, in Canada, Happy Holidays. Even the buses, Stephen, even the buses say Happy Holidays. The buses say Happy Holidays. I don't know how it is in Alberta, where my daughter stays. I'll only know, I must ask her about that. Yeah. She has been there one Christmas, so I must ask her about that. Yeah, I find it very strange. Happy Holidays, I find it strange. Sometimes, in Canada, some of these remote areas, they do not even have a proper address. They don't have a proper address in some of the remote areas in Canada. Yeah, they don't even have an address, kind of. The GPS also doesn't record. The GPS doesn't record it also. It might be one of the latest GPSs, but it doesn't have a record of that because officially they've not yet named it, or something like that. It's very strange. So yes, Stephen, I was very, very shy, and my mother, she always said, "Winston, why are you backward to go forward?" I remember this drilled into my head. Why are you backward to go forward? I would rather get lost searching for a place rather than ask somebody on the street where it is. But there have been times when finally I decided to ask someone, and I followed their direction, and I found I came back to the same place. Yes, I came back to the same place. I tell you. But now I've overcome that. I can, if I'm really lost or I need to find a way or I'm on the street but I cannot find that place, then I will ask them. Even in Thailand, I will use the translator and I will ask them. So even for my wife, like she was in the same school as myself, and she was like much junior to me, but her father was the PE instructor, and he used to coach us for athletics and for all the games like football, hockey. He used to coach us. So when I went back to teach in the same school, he used to teach people boxing free of charge, and he has produced state and national boxers. He has produced, like, very good and very generous man. My father-in-law, he would teach them free, and all the equipment and all he has bought it himself, like, so in the gym, like, there was a big hall. He would use it as his gym, and he had all the things there, and he would teach them his technique, and he was well known in the boxing field, in Bombay and even national. And he had done his sportsman training from a very reputed place, like, so he told me, Winston, come on, I can put you into the boxing association. I never boxed in my life, but he started training me a little bit, know this, know that. These are the punches, this is how you calculate the points, depending on where the glove has reached, you give points, like, and then you have negative points for like hitting below the belt and those kind of things, or holding for too long, so there are negative points. So like he was instructing me, and he think, I'll get you into the boxing association. And then he also said about the athletic association, I will get you into that and all. So I used to spend a lot of time with him. Then the thing started, okay, how about coming? What are you doing in the evening? Nothing, come over. I used to go over. And he had a very good friend who used to come over, and they both will drink whiskey. So initially I didn't drink. Then after that, I started having a little bit. So it was like that. Now he talking about safety. They were living in a place, okay, that was going to be my future wife. You know, but I didn't know it at that stage, so I was pretty shy also, talking to her. But she's the one that used to bring the liquor for the others and serve, her father and the other one and all that. So and bring the snacks and all that. So she was the one. So then I remember I was doing shorthand, I was doing shorthand, learning shorthand. And then I realized that she's also going to classes and learning shorthand, but I was way ahead of her. But I stopped it. I did it to a certain extent and then I stopped. But I had the Pittman's book, so I said, if you want something, I can help you, with the short forms and with all those kind of things. And also, the teacher came to the front, like, so I used to be, helping her with that. And then she went way past what I had done. But I used to go home, open my book, try to, read up something and see how it is and all that. And then if she would want to ask me something, I would be able to explain to her. So that's how started our courtship, like, Yes, I guess so. The older you are, the less shy you get. But like I said, you are instructing your supervisors, you are talking to your supervisors and all. Um, like even to meet my wife for the first time outside the house. Oh my God! When I took a liking to her, I said she's a very nice person and all that. Uh, I don't know how many times I stood outside her classes, further down outside the classes, and observe where she's going, but always coming out with a group of friends. And I made sure she wouldn't see me, like, because I didn't have the courage to. My heart used to really go beating, pat, 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 pat. The blood rushing up my head. My face must have been red, and my heart really pumping, extra. And I could never get myself to, talk to her, things like that. And so one day, finally, like she separated from her friends, and then I, just built up some courage, and I went up to her and said, "Oh, hi, how are you, Marie?" And going home, she said yes, and I said, "Would you like to uh, go for a juice or something, have a snack, have some juice or something?" And she readily said yes. So that was a hint for me that okay, she likes me also. I remember this place is called Ras Raj. Ras means juice, and Raj means king, like, So they had named this place Ras Raj. So I took her there, and we had some snacks to eat, some sandwich, and we had some juice and all. Then went to the bus stop. We lived like in the same area, just like, kind of much away from each other. Our school like was between our homes, like, kind of. So we used to catch the same bus and get off, and then she used to go home, and I used to come to my home. And she had to walk a little more, I had to walk less. So that's how, we started our friendship. Now, talking about safety, in her house, in her area, there used to be so many clashes between Hindus, Muslims, and Christians. There were gangs. There were the Hindu gang, there were the Muslim gangs, and there was the Christian gangs, And there would be, and believe me, Stephen, without a word of lie, if there was a fight in the night, nobody came out of the home. And next morning, when you came out onto the street, it was like a building with a street in between, and then you turn left, and then you come to the main street. You will see blood everywhere. You will see hands and legs and fingers and all, lying around there. You would see it like that. Police also was scared to come, like, they would come after everything is over, then the police would come, like, so whole night that is lying like that. Sometimes some bodies are lying there. Only next morning the police would come over there, and then, start to take away, start to make out the report. But who volunteers, who says, who has done it? Nobody owns up. So that was such a notorious area, like, So whenever I was going home, and if it was a little late in the night, my father-in-law would send his eldest son. Of course, my wife was the eldest, but the elder boy, he would send him down and say, "Just walk with sir, walk to the main road, and from there, sir can go." So he used to come, through his lane and all that. But if there was any problem, then I had to keep waiting, like, But I used to try and leave early, and because most of the problems started after, they sitting and eating and drinking and all that, and drinking all the hard country liquor. So then starts, all sorts of problems with the gangs. So finally, like, I used to leave earlier, and but he used to come, and always every day faithfully he'll come and drop me to that, like, go down and turn left and come to the main street. He'll drop me till there, and then I would go home, like, from there. So yeah, so that is safety, like, very, very dangerous, that area. And each of those lanes, they had some lanes, and progressively there were other gangs in the other neighboring places, like, what they get out of that, what they get out of that. So yeah. uh, at my age, even at my age, I do not make friends easily. My wife could even talk to her shadow. I always used to say, she was a people's person. She can even talk to her shadow. I I never post on Facebook. Like, I never post, like, where I'm going, what I'm doing, where I'm traveling. I never ever post anything like that. Sometimes some very good thing only I might post, or some occasion. I would post or something, but never ever post like where all I'm going, what I'm doing. All that. Like, people post, like, Yeah, anything under the sun. But now because of YouTube, now my life is more of an open book. So, but still I don't post on Facebook, but it's on my YouTube. So, you know, so I post on Facebook, I post my YouTube. So they can always look at it and they will know where I am, like, which country I'm traveling to and where I am now and where I am later on. So they would know, like, all that about me. So that way it's okay, it's okay. So I've come out of that. But I can never start a conversation with someone, like, make friends easily. No, I cannot. I have very few friends in my life. I can count them on one hand of my on the fingers of one hand. I can count my friends because I never hang out with people. I never hang out. I never go for parties. I'm basically a homebird. I don't like to go for parties and all. And if I go for parties, my sister will vouch for me. My sister will vouch for me. She used to have so many parties, and lots of people used to come and all. I used to be very quiet, sit quietly. And the best thing at a party is help the host. If it's. And only my wife wanted to go for some parties or something, I would accompany her. But on my own, never went for parties or anything. So much so at my sister's party, the people soon they nicknamed me. Oh, what was the nickname? I said it in one of my earlier live stream. Observer. Yes, they call me Observer because I would sit quietly, look at everyone, laugh at what somebody said, but never contribute, never say anything. Just sit quietly one side. Or I was helping the host if it was possible to do that. So they began calling me the Observer. My name was not Winston anymore. Oh, Observer, be careful. He's observing us all, what we are doing. So I got the nickname Observer. So I don't like dancing. I do a little like ballroom, little like of foxtrot, waltz. I don't know to jive. I don't know jive and all that. More like ballroom dancing, little bit. I know a little bit of it. Uh, Not a great dancer. The waltz, a little bit of the waltz. So yeah, I can manage with that. But modern dancing, standing and shaking and all that, I feel corny, doing it. I feel so corny doing it. Yes, Stephen, it will remind me of myself also. Yes, but I do it even as an adult, even after getting married, having my own kids. Like, it's the same thing. So if we had a party at home for kids' birthday or our birthday or Christmas time, or Easter time, if we had a party at our house, then I was busy helping. I was busy helping for serving and all that. So that was okay. I didn't have to sit down and chat with others. But when I come to know somebody, then I would have a chat with them. Like, somebody now I've become good family friends, like, but they were mostly, like, I would say, family friends because of my wife, like, but for me, like, okay, I know them now, so I would chat with them and talk to them sometimes, like, but then it would be like I would like glue. I would stick to that person like throughout the party, like, and if that person got up and went somewhere, I would be sitting alone there. So, like, even now as an adult, like, I cannot be. Believe me, I see people walking around in the market and they're meeting somebody and they're just asking questions. What are you doing here? I tried it. Stephen, you're talking about me being shy. I tried it in my previous province. I tried it and I went. And at one time, I took my that Thai family. I took that little boy with me. He's 10 years old. I took him with me to translate in case there's somebody who doesn't know English. So to translate for me, but I chickened out. Honestly, I chickened out. Even at this age, this is last year, I chickened out. I felt bad, because normally you would approach the girls because the girls will get more reviews on your video. You get guys nothing. You can get a group of them, a mixed group also you can get. But I see mostly when people go out, they only talking to the girls because that is what will sell more on your YouTube. No, I chickened out. I chickened out. Yes, I'm not ashamed to say that. I chickened out even as far as last year. And till now, I have never done that. I've never approached somebody outside and, to ask them if they can, like, would they like to speak? No. So I just gave that up. I just gave that up. I think that is not for me. I think that is not for me. Yeah, it's not for me. So, will I be able to do it in the future? Will I be able to do that in the Philippines? I think maybe, maybe. Like the hotel I stayed in Cebu, uh, I got chatting with that air hostess. I got chatting with that air hostess a lot. I got chatting with that air hostess. I'm saying, oh my god, with the receptionist. Where is my mind? Where is my mind? With the receptionist, I got chatting with the receptionist and all that. And then I asked her, is it okay if I take out a video of the thing? But she was very shy conscious and she said, no, not me. I said, what is the use of taking a video of your reception if there's no receptionist? So she said she agreed. She went and sat there and she only looked down, like as though she's doing some work. She only looked down. If you see that video, Verovino Suites, Verovino, Verovino Suites. If you see that video, you will see, like, she's just sitting down there pretending. And then I moved the camera to take out, the other side of the reception. And the minute I did that, next time when I was going back again to the left hand side, where I was filming, I saw she's not at the reception. She had disappeared. And then I don't know where she disappeared. And then when I was moving more to the left hand side, like, there was a huge mirror there, huge mirror. And in the mirror, I caught her. She was like kind of behind me because I was concentrating on the camera, so I did not notice. Like, she had gone that side, and then when I she saw me moving towards, like, in her direction, she started to slink behind me and the wall. She started to slink from behind and now go to the right hand side. But I caught her reflection in the mirror. So I said, oh, so this is where you are hiding. You're running behind me. And she was shocked, like, And then after that, I turned it around and then I took out, the video. And then after that, I said, you have to see the video. You see the mirror? That is where I saw you. And she cursed herself. She said, oh no, oh no, oh no. I said, oh yes, you are on my video and I'm not deleting it. I'm not editing it. I'm going to keep you on my video. If I can keep you on the reception. She said, okay, keep the reception, but don't keep me hiding and running away like this. I said, no, I'll keep it hiding and running away. And I kept it. And I sent it to her also, on she never ever gave me her private, her private connection. She gave me, you write to Verovino Suites and I will reply to you from there. So yes, so I took that out, I took that out video and things like that. So uh, I spoke, then the other people at the, like Mark, there was a Mark over there, very helpful. I have a video of me helping Mark to, fix a hinge in the locker upstairs, the closet up, the closet, the smaller one. I was helping Mark because I was wanting to take out of the rooms because the receptionist said, yeah, you can take out. They have their website, but she said you can take out. So I went to take out of the rooms and I went to this room. I was passing by and I saw him struggling over there, because trying to hold the hinge and screw it, it's very awkward, that cupboard keeps falling off. So I went to help him. And then this reception said, she said, if you want, like, I will shoot the video. I said, hey, then take out the video of me helping, take out a video. So Mark also very, very helpful, like, very helpful. The day I was leaving, he was off and I wanted to tip him. So I asked, where he said, oh, he is not here, he's behind. I said, then can I leave the money with you? Like, I want to tip him. Can I leave the money with you? And suddenly she said, oh, there he is. I just saw him walking across. He's gone, to the left. There's a small store over there, a small store. So he must have gone. So I went and I'm calling, but no response. So I waited. He finished with the store and then he came back. Then I met him and said, "Thank you. I will be leaving today. You're off today, so you're not here. So I'll be leaving later on and all. Thank you very much." And I shook hands with him and put, some money in his hand. So he said, "Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you very much." Very nice people. And then one other fellow came, got a taxi for me, and then he came and put the luggage there, and I forgot to tip him. Then when I was in the taxi going and I reached the airport, there's something nagging, nagging me. And then when I reached the airport, I realized, oh my God, poor fella, I forgot to tip him. So I wrote to that receptionist and I said, I'm so sorry, I forgot to tip that guy. And like see the Filipinos, they did it, okay, I didn't tip him, nothing. I said, but don't worry, most likely I'll be coming to live in Cebu. And when I ever do that, I'm going to visit your restaurant, your hotel, and I will definitely tip him, I will tip him at that time. She said, it's okay now, let it be, don't worry. I said, no, 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 no. He has been helpful also. He used to mostly clean the house with his wife. They were both employed by the hotel, and he and his wife used to do all the cleaning jobs, cleaning for the room. And they had one extra person also sometimes. So, cleaning the room and all that. You know, so he came and helped me with the luggage, got me the taxi, helped me took my luggage and put it in there. So, I was I really felt bad. I had not tipped him. I really felt very bad. So yeah, so that was it. So when I go next time, or anytime I go down to Cebu, if even if I don't relocate, but if I happen to go down, I will definitely, I will tip him, and I will definitely visit Philippines again. I will definitely, if I'm not relocating, I will definitely visit Philippines again. And the only reason why I may not relocate is that something may work out for me. Something may work out for me here in Thailand, or there is another offer I have of something else. So, if those things work out for me, I would have some kind of different work to do. So, of course, it's all related to like the teaching field only. But I will get, if I'm in Thailand, I will get a proper work permit. I'll get a proper work permit. So that's why I went to, submit all those details and all that. So let me see if things work out for me, because above 60, they do not give a work permit. So if something works out for me, good and well, I can continue over here. If it doesn't work out for me, then I have to wait and see when the other thing will work out for me. I have a lot of spade work to do. I have a lot of spade work. I have a lot of course material to prepare and all that. And like I'm saying, even if the job works out for me here, I will take up the other offer. The other offer, I'm not worried. We have not. I have not discussed salary. I have not discussed anything. I first discussed work. That is most important. Uh, like I always say, I will get pension, so no problem. My pension is good enough to manage, and this is through a person I know, and I know how good that person is. So I'm not discussing all that. Let the things work out. Let us discuss, the way we will take, the way we will go forward. Let us discuss that. And when we are definitely sure about, how things are working out, then I'll leave it to that person, whatever she wants to suggest. I even said, if it is necessary that I have to relocate to Canada, I will do that. I will do that if I have to relocate because I have work, I can relocate to Canada. Or I don't like snow, so if I can stay in Canada for 6 months and 6 months I can work remotely from outside Canada, then I'll see all the possibilities. We will discuss about that later on, so for now I'm just getting all material together, material ready to send it across for their approval. What do they feel about it, what do they think about it, so I'm getting that together. So yes, I'm still shy. Yes, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, but I am still shy. Oh, Steven says he doesn't know if he would travel to a country where he doesn't know anyone. I don't know, Steven. If Martha, if Martha, yes, yeah. Yes, Apo. Yes, Apo. I'm shy, but I got married. I just now gave a story how I met my wife and, how we got to know each other. So it took me a long time. I even mentioned before I even met her outside the house, it took me like a long, 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 long time, to build up courage to just approach her and speak to her. So I discussed my life openly, okay? Yeah, Apo, I discussed my life openly, like, okay? I've given a lot of secrets away, which I would never tell anybody. Really, I would never discuss this with anybody. But okay, this is my YouTube family. It's okay, no problem. You know. So yes, so I've even said that, and like the first time I traveled out of the country, Stephen, was for a job. I went to Muscat, Sultanate of Oman. So I went for a job. Then after that, like I went to Dubai. Then I have traveled around from Dubai, partly on work. Even Dubai, I went because of a job. Then I've traveled on work, partly I've traveled just to visit. Um, I don't like traveling alone, and I that's why I don't did not like traveling because I don't like these flights. But then when I came to from Dubai, I did travel to Japan to meet my brother because we were meeting after many many years. So in 2007, I met him in Japan, and then now finally when my wife passed away, I decided to come here and settle down. So I came and settled down here, and things worked out for me initially. And from here, I had to travel to Canada every 180 days because I have not yet completed 10 years in Canada to get my pension. And the 2 years I was outside Canada because of COVID, no flights to go home. See the government, how stupid. You're talking about laws, law. Oh my God, I forgot to mention this when I was talking about law. You know, what law they have? You have not completed 10 years in the country. So because of that, you cannot get your pension. So, how do you complete your 10 years if you are staying outside the country? You have to enter Canada before every 180 days. And if you enter Canada before 180 days, they do not count the day you land, they do not count the day you leave. So, minimum, you have to stay in Canada for 3 days. So, and you have to enter before the 180 days. Now, if you do that, then it's considered that you have never left Canada. Stupid law, right? I consider it stupid. I'm away for 100, that's almost 6 months, right? I'm away from Canada, but yet the law says that it's considered like I've never left Canada. I've still been in Canada. Wow, good law. Very nice law. So, because of that, I have been going every 6 months. I have been going every 6 months, and I've completed my 2 years. Now I'm locked out of the system. I cannot get into the system. So I have to find a way how I can get into the system. Apo. Apo is very interested in Steven. Apo never asked me all these questions. Apo has never asked me all these questions. Are you married? Where is your wife? How many kids are you having? Steven, I will share something with you. Don't take it amiss. Don't take it amiss, okay? Don't take it amiss. But this term happily married, honestly speaking, I know you're a very sincere person, honest person, so I believe it. But I'm saying, I've heard so many people, so many people in my life, I've heard conversations, taking place. And so, oh, you're married. Very good. Happily married. Yes, yes, I'm happily married. But I know they are not happily married. I know the problems that go on, in their homes and things like that. So honestly, like it became a joke. I always laugh, when somebody says happily married, I look up in the air, kind of a thing, genuinely, there might be many people that, are happily married. I don't, in the house where, I bought a house in Pune, where I was from, not where I'm from, but where I was teaching for 10 years in one school. So I bought a house, and when my wife and I, we used to go for a vacation, like, take the kids, we used to be sitting at the window looking out, and we were like in a inner street with buildings right around, So we used to see this couple, elderly couple, and we knew them. Okay, we knew them. Her daughter-in-law used to be teaching in the school, where I was teaching. Used to be teaching in the same school, and she was the music teacher as well. So she used to be teaching in the junior school there. So I knew her daughter-in-law and her husband. He had his own business and all that. So I knew the family, So I've met this old couple, met them many times. We have visited their home, and then when we used to have some shows, Christmas show and all at the church and all that, we used to go. We had an ambassador car, so we used to go by car. And this guy he's got his own business, he's got two cars and all that. Never drop the parents home. Never drop the parents home. When he wants things, he'll go to the parents. They set him up. They gave him money to start the business, but he just used to ignore them. So one day we were coming out and we saw them walking, and it was late in the night, right? The show is over, and we are saying, "Where are you going?" And their place is very lonely. It is army cantonment area. It is behind the race course. No proper street lights were there at that time, and very lonely place. So where? No, we are going home. How? Like so and so didn't drop you? No, he will never drop us. Oh, okay, come, we will drop you. No, 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 it's okay. No, come, we will drop you. So we used to take them in. And ambassador, they are huge cars, they are big cars. So um, they used to sit down and behind with my kids, and I used to drop them home and come. So we used to see them passing our home, hand in hand, all silver, white hair, silver hair, gray hair, fully white. And but hand in hand, they'll be walking and helping each other, happily married. Yes, happily married. People can be happily married. But like I've seen in so many cases, so it's just like when somebody says happy married, I look up in the air kind of a thing, So don't take any offense. I know you're a kind-hearted person, you're a genuine person. I feel that, So I understand what you say, but just as a general term, from past experience. Uh, Stephen, nice of you. You're like me, very honest, sharing your personal life, on my live stream, you know. So uh, yeah, that's nice, that's nice. That is why, there are so many times when what do you call it, so many times when in Philippines, they talk about foreigners coming and getting hooked up with a married Filipino who's already, or a Filipino who's already got kids, now we know the law in Philippines is uh, even if they are married and separated, you cannot stay with a Filipino woman, right? Who's married and separated, because they don't have divorce. It's considered as bigamy, and you as a foreigner can get into trouble. It's immaterial that it is 5 years or 10 years that they are separated. Immaterial, you cannot do that, because at some stage or the other, the husband, if he knows about it, and being foreigner, they will try to extract money, and he can even come and get you bashed up and hammered and all, and he is within right, even though he has gone and started another family somewhere. He is within his right. So the law will not do anything to him if you get bashed up by him, because you are still, with his wife, and maybe sleeping around with his wife and things like that. So it's still the law. I hope for the sake of the married separated Filipinos, this divorce law comes into effect as ASAP, because the women need a second chance. They need a second chance. From my side, personally, now if you have mentioned so much, I can mention from my side also. So many times I have always given that a thought, what if I meet somebody and they were never married before, but they've had kids and something like that. First thing from my side is, It's a big responsibility right now. I'm not working. Okay, I'm not working. I am retired. I'm not get When I get pension, I'm not going to get a very good pension. I'm not going to get a very good pension, and so I do not know. From that point of view, I love kids. After all, I've been a teacher. I've taught so many students. I love kids. I love kids. But can I handle raising other kids with my money? And in Philippines, like not everybody is after money, but it depends on the person you get, right? So they are looking forward, being a foreigner, they look forward to having certain luxuries in life they never had before. If you can afford to give them some of those luxuries and things like that. So where there are kids concerned, there is always a need for so many things. Like you would have got married and had grown-up kids already from Martha, so you know, kids, kids are even as babies. There's so much of expenses for babies as well. Like babies' clothes cost more than adults' clothes, also, right? So, I sometimes wonder because of that. Yes, if I had a lot of money, I would do it. I would do it. I wouldn't mind, if the person was a nice person. I long for to have some company, and if the person is a nice person, why not? I would willingly want to do that. But I don't know. I don't know. My financial capacity is such that you know I wouldn't want to take that risk. I wouldn't want to take that risk. So that's it from my side, And even if I happen to I was on online dating sites, and I even met people in Thailand, and I tell them honestly, like, this is it. If you can accept me for who I am and what I am and what I could get as a pension, I have to keep that as my landmark, because now also my financials are running out. It's really running out, and it's run out basically because of the going to Canada every time. Like people may think, oh, this fellow has a lot of money. He went to Canada, he went to Japan, he went to Philippines, so he's got a lot of money to travel. But honestly, I Japan I went because I had to go to Japan. Canada I went because I had to complete my 10 years, so I had to complete my 2 more years. So I had to go to Canada, and the flight is very costly. Like it would cost me like around about 200, 2,400 onwards. It would cost me maybe around 2,000. I would get maybe something like that. So, and now where my daughter's staying, it's worse, because I have to go to Vancouver, and from Vancouver it cost me another 800, say let's say 700, least 700 to $1,000 extra just to travel from Vancouver to Grand Prairie, and then my daughter has to drive 2.5 hours. She and her husband drive 2.5 hours to 3 hours to come and pick me up and take me back home, and same thing to drop me back at the airport. The nearest airport is 2.5 to 3 hours driving away from their house. So that cost me another 700 to $1,000. That cost me. So it has become very expensive for me. When they moved there, but yet I had to go to Japan, so I got a very, very good price to Japan. You will not believe, I got a very good price. I think I got it for 7 or 11,000 peso or something, so about less than $500. I know I got a flight to Japan, whereas from Bangkok the flight was expensive. These were flights all going via Manila. So I got a cheap flight, and then from Cebu I got a very, very cheap flight. Very, very cheap flight to go from Manila to Cebu. So that is why I traveled. So altogether I paid like maybe about little under 3,000 Canadian dollars. But then the flight was delayed from Osaka to Manila. Because of that, I lost my connecting flight because it was an 8 hours delay. I lost my connecting flight, so I had to buy a ticket. But thankfully, and I had a ticket by Philippine Airlines from Manila to Cebu and back. And to Osaka, I had taken Cebu Pacific. So they told me if I had a flight to Cebu by Cebu Pacific, they would have given me a free ticket. But I'm traveling on another airline, so they cannot do that. But they said you go down over there to Cebu Pacific and you ask them what they can do. And I did that, and then Cebu Pacific said, like, because of the flight delay, they gave us a voucher. They gave us a voucher to have dinner at the airport. I think 2,000 yen or something. You could just about get a decent meal. So they got that. But when I came here and the Cebu Pacific was looking at, my flight, they said, "Oh, you have two vouchers." I said, "I have two vouchers? From where?" They said, "From Cebu Pacific." I said, "No, I don't have any vouchers." They said, "No, because the flight was delayed, Cebu Pacific has given all the passengers who were traveling two vouchers. And the vouchers will cover you only, you can use it only one at a time. You cannot combine it for one flight. You have to use it separately. And the vouchers will cover like a certain percentage, but you still have to pay the balance. They will cover something, but you still have to pay the balance. So I had to pay for that extra one-way flight. Coming time, I came on the Philippine Airlines, but going, I had to take the one extra flight to Cebu by Cebu Pacific. And so good of that lady. At least she's, was able to do it for me. Then she said, I'm supposed to do it on the app. She cannot do it for me. I said, listen, I cannot do it on my app. I'm not very well versed in all these kind of things. So you have to help me out. So she said, okay. She spoke to the other lady at the side. And then she said, okay, I will help you. So she logged in and she did. And she asked me for certain things and all. And then she did it. I paid her the extra fare. So that way it came up to little over 3,000, little over $3,000 it came up to. Slightly, just $3,000 plus something, So you can say like around $3,000. So, but bulk of it was the Canada flight, That's why I decided to include Cebu also because I got a very, very good rate. So, so people may think, oh, this fellow is flying every time, he's got a lot of money. I'm sure my neighbors, consider foreigners rich, and this fellow is flying. Flying means he's got money. But no, I flew out of necessity. I have to. Even now, I was flying, and then my daughter told me, Dad, you have completed your 2 years deficit. Why are you still trying to come here every 180 days? I said, because I will lose my citizenship. And she said, no, Dad, go and read the rules properly. Read the rules and all, check again properly. And I checked again properly and it's correct. The only thing I will not get is like if I'm very sick and I go to Canada and I want medical benefits, I will not get. I have to wait to be in Canada for 5 months, then I can apply for medical benefits. So I cannot go and buy medications there using my health card. No, I cannot do that. If I stay more than 180 days of the country. And also for my pension, I had to keep going every 180 days. But now I don't have to go. And like I came to 1.5 month left to book my flight, and prices were going up. But that's why I believe firmly in God. I believe firmly that why did God cause that delay? Normally I book 2 to 2.5 months, like, and I find like 2 months ahead of time, I'm getting like the best rate. So I always keep 2 to 2.5 months, ahead of time to book my flight. This time I came to 1.5, and I don't know why I was procrastinating. And see, God has helped me because then I read the rules and then I told my daughter, yes, baby, you are right. I'm so stupid, to mix up both the things. But once you're a citizen, you're a citizen. So then I said, okay. So immediately I did not book my ticket. I saved myself 2,400 Canadian dollars. So, you know, so that was good, that was good. So now I can use that, for other trips or, relocating to Cebu. I will can have some money, to use for that. Plus, I need some money. I ran short of my money. So I had to transfer money to, carry on to living for this month. I have to carry on. I just paid my rent and I never even had money to pay my rent. It's so low, but I never even had enough. So lucky I transferred some money, and lucky my daughter transferred me some money. So my savings have come to like, bare minimum, like Mowgli, the bare necessity. It has come down to that, like, if I had to do another 3 trips like to Canada, I have no pension left. I mean, I have no savings left. So you can try to guess like what savings I have. If If I did another 3 trips to Canada, I would not have any savings left. That is the state. But God has always provided for me. I don't bother. God has provided for me. I still do. I still help. Whatever I can help in any way I can help, I will still help. Like this Christmas, I told my daughter also, take 500, take 500. And she said, Dad, I cannot take $500. $500 is a lot of money for you. So I cannot take the $500. She said, I cannot touch your savings. It's your life savings. There's nothing much left of it. So, so thank God, my daughter put that into my head, Daddy, think carefully. You don't have to. You've completed now your years. You had to do it before, but now you don't have to do it. But she said, you call, you check yourself properly, But yes, it's true. Wow, Stephen, 27 years you are married. Very nice. Calvo, thank you, Calvo, for coming. Calvo, I was on your live stream for a little while, and I was on your live stream for a little while. Then I do not know what happened. I do not know what happened. Because today you were not driving the car, I think. You were somewhere else. You were somewhere else, and then something went wrong. So I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Because if I was there like last time, I would keep you on my phone. While I'm doing live stream, I would keep you on my phone. So nice of you, Calvo. Thank you for passing by. Thank you so much. So 27 years. Wow, that's a long time. Like my wife and myself, my wife and myself had completed 37 and a half years at the time of her passing. At the time of her passing, we had completed 37 and a half years, I think. 37 and a half years we had completed at the time of her passing. Uh, just trying to calculate. Sorry, 39 and a half years. Yes, 39 and a half years. We're now in 2024. So that is now going to make, yeah, but 39 and a half years. Yes, we were married for 39 and a half years. When we completed 25 years of marriage, we were in Dubai. We completed 25 years of marriage. We had a very big ceremony, and we had a church service again to renew our vows, to renew our vows. So we had a big church, St. Mary's Church in Dubai. So uh, we renewed our vows. We had a nice ceremony again, seemed like, coming in, marching in, and all those kind of things. And then we had a nice reception in a big hotel. We had a reception, and we had the wedding march, and the reception as well. At the reception, at the party, we had and then we had a band, and the band played free for us because the band was one of my ex students. uh, can never forget them. And both the brothers were there, and they had just formed a band, and they were looking out for work. So we said, listen guys, we'll pay you a little bit if you want, and but you can play for our reception, and that is a promotion for you. You have your cards or whatever it is, you can distribute it, to the guests and all that. And food and drink and all, whatever is all there, kind of, and all. So I don't recall whether we paid them something, they accepted or they didn't accept, or what. I cannot remember that part of it. So yes, they paid it. So we had a live band, at our wedding. at a re-wedding reception, 25 silver anniversary. And then we were already in our stage of planning our golden anniversary. We were planning our golden anniversary, where we'll go, what we'll do. That's event of 39 and a half years we were married. So yeah, that's nice. So I don't know now. Like, I like company, but if I'm in Philippines, then I can at least, now, because of YouTube and Filipino culture, they are very fun loving. They are very kind hearted people. Honestly, I've been 4 times to Philippines, but I've never had anyone on the street ever stopping me, or anyone in the mall saying hello to me, how are you, or you know I've never had anybody till now, honestly. Nobody giving me any kind of eye contact or anything till now. So I still have to experience that kind of Filipino hospitality. I have to. But yes, the people I know, like when I went to Pita's house, and the other people she had staying with her, then her, at the side she's got some cousins and all that. Opposite, she had an uncle and aunt. God bless him, he is passed away now, rest in peace. But the aunt and uncle was there at that time. I met them, very nice people. Like, I went to the school where she is teaching. She was teaching at that time. I met the faculty. Um, then when we invited them for a dinner, you know, the principal and the faculty, to Paseo de Santiago, very nice resort. I For 3 days running, I had videos on that, shots. I had shots on that because Pita sent me some new shots. So I had that. So you know so yeah, they were kind, they were nice people, but they were, because I knew them through Pita or whatever it is, like, so I don't know. But like casually, just on the street, no, I never had anybody, stopping me. Except once we were crossing the street and some youngsters were passing by, and then they kept saying, "Oh, look, 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 Indian, Indian with Filipino, Indian, Indian." So I was telling Pita, I feel like just stopping and telling them 1 minute and taking out my Canadian passport and showing it to them, like, and showing them and say, "I'm Indian or I'm Canadian." Of course, origin, I'm from India. I'm born in India, but we've not grown up really according to the Indian, the Indian tradition. We brought up on British standards. Like, we have been brought up on British standards. From young, we have spoken only English. I don't even speak the Indian language. I mentioned once before on my live stream, teachers in the school who I tried speaking in the Indian language, they said, "Burton, please don't speak the Indian language. You murder it." So I cannot even speak my own language. I grew up there. I had to learn it in school, but I cannot still speak it. Even till now, if I happen to watch an Indian movie, I find it's nice, or my sister says it's a nice movie. I try to this. I'm so many times I'm more reading down the English translation than I'm listening to what is being spoken in the language. I'm still relying so much on the translation down. So yes, that is how it is. Stephen, it's way past your bedtime. I'm not chasing you away. Where is? Oh, I've not been looking at some messages. Oh, I missed some messages. I had it. I scrolled up for something, and that's why I missed it. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I missed a lot of messages, and I'm wondering what happened. Okay, yeah, I will call you as yeah. Yeah, age gap is not a gap. In Philippines, they don't care. They can be 80 years old and married to a 20-year-old, and it has worked out. I watched a video on that. It has worked out, like, very well. 80-year-old married a 20-year-old, but it has worked out. Oh my gosh, I missed out on so much, and I'm keeping on looking, and I'm wondering what's happening. I'm so sorry, Stephen, if I missed you and you've gone off. Okay, Stephen, yes, sorry. Yes, Stephen, sorry. Yes, I know it is way past your bedtime, and uh, you know, you got involved also now with the chat, and we've had a nice chat today, where to where, topic to other things. And oh, you start your night shift tomorrow. Okay, okay. So, Stephen, thank you so much for being here. God bless you and Martha, and hope Martha still becomes stronger and stronger, and gets back to good health. And so, see you next time whenever it is possible for you, Stephen. No problem. See you under this. And thank you for giving your off days, to my live stream and being here and staying on so late, and you also dropped by. So, thank you so much. Okay, Calvo, thank you so much for being here also. I also will end the live stream because it's past 2 hours. So, that's good enough. And plus, I was on earlier. So, I will also log off. I'm also feeling hungry. So, yes, Stephen, good night to you. Take care. Good night, bye, Calvo. You take care. It's not good night for you, but bye and take care. And nice of you, Calvo. Please subscribe to Stephen. It's the link is on my website, so you can, if you have not already done it, you can just do that. Oh, Stephen, your parents were married for 53 years when your mother passed away. Yeah. I thought we would live long. In our family, it is always like my father-in-law died first, my mother-in-law died later on. My father died first, my mother-in-law is still alive. Sorry, my father died long ago. My mother is still alive. So I always used to tell my wife, for the for the women there's a longevity, and for the men they will die faster. So I always used to tell her, you will live and I will die before you. Ironically, she got sick and she passed away before me. That's life. Yes, Calvo, thank you. I thought I saw you saying that you've done. So thank you so much, Calvo. Thank you so much. Okay, Ia, thank you for being here for so long also and interacting with everyone. We are having good interaction. You are giving me good watch hours. I'm really very thankful and grateful to all of you for that. Once I start my monetization, then I'm not worried, I'm not worried. And don't forget, I also have a second channel. So if you can, did I put a link here? I think I put the link here. So if you ever have a chance, like just subscribe to that. I do not know what I am going to. I do not know what I'm going to. I'll put the link up later on. I do not know what I'm going to. I know what I'm going to post, but I do not know how much time I will have to devote to that channel. But this channel I want to monetize because I want to start doing charity work. I want to monetize. God bless you. God bless everyone also over here. And yeah, my name is Winston. Okay. So you can call me Winston. All right. My name is Winston. All right. That's my first name. Burton is my family name. Burton is my family name. But my first name, oh, Stephen had said Calvo already subscribed. Okay. So uh, Burton is my family name. Winston is my first name. So, yeah, you also call me Winston. So, I just put in a thank you note. Okay, yeah, okay. So I've pinned up my thank you note to everybody, and yeah, I'm really happy I started this YouTube channel. So thanks to all of you. We had a wonderful time, and love you all, and God bless you.